I'm going to do a quick little exercise. What would you do with 100 grand? Would you put in a savings account? Would you put in shares? Would you put in the property with a 20% deposit, or you put in the property with minimal deposits? Okay, we're going to go through these examples now. Actually, tell me what you would do. What would you do with $100,000 right now if you had it? What would you do right now with $100,000 if you had it? All right, now let's apply this leverage principle to the maximum capacity, which would be to do 95% lending, which is the maximum amount of money you can borrow against a property. So do 2 5% deposits, 2 lots of costs, and we pay this mortgage insurance that everyone's so afraid of. Just buddy, embrace mortgage insurance as your friend because it lets you get a second property. So we spent 50 grand on each property. 10 years later, they've both doubled in value. The mortgages are higher. In the previous example, the mortgage was 320. So we've got because we borrowed 95%, so we've got 380, right? Mortgages are higher, but we've made 420 in that one, 420 in that one. And when you add that together, we've got 840 grand. We took our $100,000 and we turned it into $840,000. Okay. But not only that, we've also got 2 lots of rent coming in now, and we'll be getting a passive income of about $800 a week after we pay the bills, right? And this is what property investors understand. Now, when I got back from Iraq, I had $110,000 in the bank, and my wife's family said, "You must go and see Brian, our financial advisor." So we went, all right, let's go down and see Brian, the financial advisor. And Brian's an ex-Navy lieutenant commander, supply officer. So I thought, oh, he'd be a good guy, like an honest, straight guy. So I sat down with Brian. I said, right, here's my 100 grand, mate. And what are you going to do with it? And Brian showed me the second example, double it in 10 years. And I was like, mate, that's not very exciting. And then I showed Brian this. And I said, I'm going to do this instead. And he looked at me and he went, I don't think his name was Brian, by the way. I just made that up because, good for the story. But I forget his name, but he was a lieutenant commander, a Navy supply officer, and a financial advisor. But I showed him this, and he just stopped back and he sat back in his chair and he went, look, Damien, I can't advise you to do that. We're not allowed to give advice on real estate. And he was gobsmacked, really was. He's like, Jesus, and I don't know whatever happened to that bloke. But this is what we went and did. We went and did this instead. And that's how we made all our money. Okay. We applied the power of leverage and we bought where it was booming. Okay. Now, which one did you choose? Look at the difference between those outcomes. And when I said at the beginning, the difference between, why is it that some people play this game and end up with multiple properties and other people end up with nothing? It's right there. I just showed it to you. Okay. I just showed it to you. And this is what's quite important.